Okay, in football news, Nemanja Matic has announced on social media he will be leaving Manchester United at the conclusion of this season for as a free agent. I'm a little bit surprised that Man United aren't going to try and cash in on him, or haven't tried to cash in on him in the transfer market, be it last summer or in the January transfer window. But we have been aware of squad unrest. This is not a surprise in a sense that a senior player is had enough of where the club is at. Now, in 2017, when he left Chelsea to go to Man United, he wanted to win trophies, partly because Mourinho had been appointed as manager in 2017 for the 2017-2018 season. He had been appointed manager. He'd worked with him at Chelsea, and in the first season they win the Europa League and have a pretty solid season. They win some silverware. That's the last silverware Man United have won, is the Europa League in 2018. So it hasn't been the trophy hunt that Nemanja Matic expected or wanted when he signed. Mourinho gets sacked, Solskjaer comes in as replacement, Solskjaer gets sacked, and then Man United do this peculiar idea and this peculiar policy of getting Ralf Rangnick in as a 6-month interim coach rather than finding a successor immediately. Ralf Rangnick on an interim basis till the end of the season was a bit of a bizarre decision. It hasn't worked, let's be honest, and I think that's part of the reason why Matic has decided to leave and not, extend his contract for another year. We know Erik ten Hag is the favourite to take over from Ajax. Now, ironically, Matic has played in Holland at Vitesse Arnhem, so he knows the Dutch style of play and would have probably come across Erik ten Hag at some point in his stay in Holland. And that's probably another reason why maybe if Erik ten Hag is appointed manager, he may feel that his tactics don't suit his style of play and what he can bring to a team. But any Premier League, Championship or other European club would be mad not to try and snap up Nemanja Matic on a free transfer as a free agent, because he brings that utility midfield role, because he can play anywhere in the midfield. He actually started out as an attacking midfielder initially in the early days of his career, before he ended up playing in Holland and before he ended up playing at Benfica. And then he transitioned to more of a defensive box-to-box utility midfielder role, which he has, played very well. He's done that very, very well. He's adapted his game and he's very good at what he does. However, his performances, and I think anyone can be honest, haven't been up to the high standard that you would expect from Nemanja Matic. With that high energy, disruptive style of game that he now plays, breaking up the play, breaking up opposition attacks, to therefore create counter-attacks. I don't think Nemanja Matic would be satisfied with how he's been playing in recent seasons. I think that's a fair assessment. But given a fresh dressing room and a new club, I think, even though he's at the tail end of his career at the age of 33, I think he can still contribute on the field for at least a couple more seasons at the top level. Any top flight or championship club would be mad not to try and sign him for nothing. All they've got to do is offer him a contract and a signing bonus. So it's a very inexpensive signing to get, and he'll easily slot into any top flight European or Premiership side, or even a Championship side. No sweat. Let's say Fulham get promoted. Fulham will get promoted. But let's say when Fulham come up, they'll be mad not to sign him up. As a veteran presence in that midfield, because Fulham, when they've been in the Premier League in recent years, have been a bit of a yo-yo club. They haven't been very defensively sound. He can bring that little bit of veteran presence, for example, in the midfield to protect the back four and bring some solidity, which Fulham have lacked in the Premier League when they've come back up from the Championship. They've got to, they would be mad not to look at him. Any Premier League club that needs that little bit of depth and veteran leadership would be mad not to sign him up. I really am surprised that Man United are letting him go for nothing. But we have had a lot of rumours of squad unrest at Man United since Mourinho was there. So over the last 5 years, there's been constant rumours of training ground bust-ups, players unhappy with the style of play, players unhappy with the direction the club is taking. Players wanting out. Obviously, a whole host of players have been frustrated at Man United. There is clearly squad unrest, and Nemanja Matic leaving is, I think, a symptom of that. So we'll see where he ends up and whether he decides to announce his retirement or carry on playing. I think he carries on playing. and we'll see how many more players leave Man United in the summer. It's no secret that if Erik ten Hag takes over, there is going to be a big squad overhaul and players will be on the way out. So we'll see what happens, but Nemanja Matic will no longer be a Man United player come the end of the season. So there we go. Where does he end up? Would he slot into any European club? Will he go to Italy? Will he go to Spain? Will he go to Germany? Will he stay in England? Could he end up in France? There's a whole load of possibilities. Could he end up playing in the MLS for a couple of seasons? That's a possibility. He could end up anywhere. He's a very good depth utility midfielder to have that any squad, any club would be mad not to pick up for nothing. And he could slot into any midfield and be that useful utility depth player that you need to compete at the highest level. He brings that veteran experience. He brings that winning mentality. It just hasn't worked at Man United. So where does he end up? Place in your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.